안녕하세요. 텍스트 핵심을 알려주는 토크 IT 세미나 고성 PD입니다. 요즘 여기저기서 AI 에이전트의 시대가 열린다고 하는데 이걸 실제 업무에 적용하려면 단순한 기술 이해로는 부족할 것입니다. 컨텍스트와 데이터로 시작해서 AI 평가 시스템을 세우고 멀티스텝 멀티모달로 확장하고 작은 실험에서 조직 전체로 퍼지는 혁신을 만들어야 할 것입니다. 그리고 마지막엔 지속적인 측정과 검증이 필요하겠죠. 이번 세미나에서는 AI 에이전트의 여정을 처음부터 끝까지 구글 클라우드의 CTO인 윌 그레니스가 CXO 토크 유튜브 채널에서 대담한 내용을 중심으로 하나하나 살펴보겠습니다. 먼저 구글 클라우드의 CTO는 AI 에이전트의 성공적 도입을 위한 전제 조건으로 컨텍스트와 데이터 확보, 그리고 평가 자동화를 강조하였는데 왜 그랬을까요?
So number one, I mentioned this earlier, is context. Think of agents as a very explicit task execution machines. And within an organization, first step is to make sure that you actually have written down or available to this task automation, your business process or your business workflow. One interesting quirk right now, Michael, is that in regulated industries such as financial services, healthcare, public sector, those organizations for many years have been highly documented in terms of their business process and workflow, their standard operating procedures. And so they actually have a jump start into the agent world, whereas we tend to think of technology as you're coming to regulated industries second or a little bit later. In the world of agents, they're seeing time to value a little faster because they already have all of those key business processes and data documented that can then feed the agent execution and the agent rules through a workflow. So the context and the data is critical, really critical. Then once you've identified that very specific workflow that you're trying to automate and execute, it's also extremely important to have a sense of how you're going to evaluate completion and success. And evals actually and evaluations tend to be one of the stickiest parts of the kind of agentic development workflow today, because think about it like a manager at a desk. And in the past, the work that would come to that manager would be gated by how fast humans could bring decisions or bring execution tasks to that manager. And so, it's a steady stream of them. Today, agents and automation can bring many, many tasks for approval, and it overwhelms a human's ability to make decisions fast enough. So the only way out of that trap is to design evaluations and AI as a judge or AI as a critic or AI as an evaluator, so that the AI itself and the agents themselves can evaluate task completion, whether it's good enough or not, and either send agents back to do a better job or move on to the next step in the workflow. And that is a unique problem that kind of transcends RPA, which is RPA being kind of like single task, single automation. These are multitask, multi-step automation concerns now.
AI 에이전트의 진짜 가치는 단일 작업이 아니라 연결된 흐름에서 나올 것이고, 이를 위해 멀티모달 워크플로우가 자연스럽게 구현돼야 될 것인데 실제 사례를 한번 살펴보겠습니다.
There's a really interesting problem in telco and in customer service in telco, and that is that when your Wi-Fi goes out, that's a very it's in our hyper connected world. Wi-Fi going out is a very emotional moment for human beings, myself included. And so when the Wi-Fi goes out, the first thing you want to do is you want to get help. And the typical workflow for getting help is you go to the website and you try to scroll through, whoever your provider is or the mobile app. You try to find how to debug the problem. It's a very, it's a very chat kind of 2010 interaction model. Well, in the world of agents, and there's a telco in the UK that's doing this right now that we're working with. What they do is they have an app experience, and if someone is experiencing an outage of the Wi-Fi and they still have access to cellular, they pop up a live multimodal experience where the customer support agent will come up. They will have the individual point their camera at the equipment that they have in the house, and they're able to figure out how to do troubleshooting based on the equipment that's in the location, of the apartment or the house that person's in, through a completely native multimodal experience. And so that is an example of, you have an orchestrator agent, you have sub agents underneath the hood that are characterizing, a video and orchestrating the chat and orchestrating the text. So all these different agents are coming together to create this very seamless support experience. And that is that's a very modern multi-step, multi-agent workflow.
AI 에이전트가 활성화되면 기업 내에서 현업 부서로부터 바텀업의 혁신들이 자연스럽게 나오지 않을까요?
One of the things that I have been really appreciative of, at least in like Google's approach to technology, is that we really encourage folks to experiment with new technology, and we're always watching for where the hotspots show up. So, for example, we figured out that AI and this kind of new generative AI wave, you could access it through the command line interface if there was a really a smart integration done. So Gemini CLI, it was this thing that we just released. It was a small team that worked on it, and it exploded immediately. But it was our organization's willingness to allow a small number of engineers to try something and to allow it the space and time. Not a lot of resources, by the way. That's a misnomer. It's actually very scrappy, very bootstrappy, but just allowing and fostering and being willing to encourage experimentation is super, super important.
기업이 AI 에이전트를 도입하고 구현한다고 해서 바로 혁신이 일어나지는 않을 것입니다. 문제는 AI 에이전트를 어디에 어떻게 운영하는가에 달려있지 않을까요?
Number one success criteria is picking a problem that is actually likely to be somewhat solved by agents and higher forms of automation and faster task execution. So a good example of this would be in financial services. We're working with a bank right now that has sped up their research function. So now they can go cascade across all the documents and information that they have and bring back to analysts and customer relationship managers synthesized pieces of research in a matter of hours or minutes, where it used to take multiple days or a week for that research to come back. And so that was a problem. They knew that they had the data. It was very meaningful to their customers, which is number two. And so specific problem, had the data, meaningful to their customers, and it was something that would get better over time, iteratively. So those are kind of key components that we see over and over again. Measure, 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 and be very transparent. I even have to coach my own team on this. When you're building something, the natural human tendency is to show all the best parts of it and to talk as though, everything is great. In our team, and what I would encourage for all of you that are working with AI and especially building agents right now, is it's possible, but it's not always easy. And it's important to show the initial is to gain the credibility and be very realistic about how it's going and measure incrementally. We break long agentic development workflows into very incremental steps, and we measure and we talk about what we need to do to hill climb on performance and or efficiency at every single step, rather than saying, oh, it's going to be able to do all this great stuff. We start with very atomic, very specific, and very measurable outcomes we're looking for. And we make a decision at each one of those gates about whether to proceed, whether to change, or whether to stop. And that type of transparency in every step of development and that very sober look at what it can and can't do will help bust the hype cycle. Also, for those of you that are leading projects, I highly encourage you not to make big statements about what AI is going to do, and instead think very soberly about what are the biggest problems that your organization is facing, and how might automation, speed, multimodality, how might those things combine to chip away at solving, what are always going to be some really complex problems that aren't, you're not going to solve through magic AI wand. I will also say that in the history of technology, we always underestimate how profound the changes are going to be, and we overestimate how fast they're going to happen. And I think that also creates some of this hype cycle that you're referring to, which is now we can see the potential, but that potential will take years to realize. But to the point earlier, Michael, if you don't get started now, you don't climb the learning curve, and you don't create the incremental successes that eventually lead to the breakthroughs, and you're always watching somebody else do it.
이 세미남의 원본 소스인 CXO 토크 유튜브 채널의 영어 풀 영상은 우측 상단에 있는 카드 링크를 클릭하시면 보실 수 있습니다. 여러분 회사의 신제품이나 서비스 관련 컨텐츠 마케팅이나 웨비나를 진행하는 데 관심 있으시면 여기 있는 우측 상단에 카드 링크를 클릭하셔서 관련 토크IT 서비스를 보실 수 있고 관련 문의는 여기 메일이나 전화로 하실 수 있습니다. 테크 전문 채널 토크IT에서는 AI 관련 다양한 전문가들과 언제든지 상담하고 소통할 수 있는 구해줘 AI란 공간이 있습니다. 구글에서 한글로 토크IT 치시거나 우측 상단에 링크를 클릭하시면 됩니다. 여러분의 좋아요와 구독은 컨텐츠 제작에 큰 힘이 됩니다.